Manage. We certainly good. Or it's 4:01 p.m. Go ahead and call us my reconvene on March 23rd, 2026 regular. All right, we'll call Mr. Barton here, Mr. Chapman. Okay, Mr. Freshour, not present, and Dr. Not present this time. We do have a quorum, so we can move forward. Everybody stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag to which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with justice and freedom. Right, delegations, we do have one delegation, Mr. Max Rivers. Mr. Sherman, I'll give you 3 minutes here. And it's been policy, it's in the things.
Start the time. County was to make much less than. Those who don't know me, I'm Mark Sarver, I'm the mayor of Glenville. I have a request of the board. We're having some parking issues at Brookland around the Memphis. We're one of those houses only have one street parking, and when there's practices, they don't have anywhere to park. Anywhere near them. So actually going to put on one side of the street residential parking. To sort of eliminate that. And our request through the board is twofold. One, to see if you can tell me don't work in the residence parking. And two, there is that parking area that used to have some gravel on it. Now there's a lot of grass growing up. That if you guys might consider putting some gravel on that parking area so that people have a place to park that's not on the street. That's it.
Yeah, also, yeah,
People that work that. Part of that may not be our case, part of that may be the Pee Wee Little League baseball that's happened down there. Because what the fact that we're coaches parking lot, so I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
We can handle ours, but clearly not, I'd say that's probably right.
Just
There's probably more than what we have, we just need throwers to do it. So.
That is,
That's a very good ball. And
If, so we have Mr. Peters and they look at that.
yeah,
Paul was getting, we can follow roads just to see what, grab across.
awesome.
Thing else,
That's
that's
hard.
that's easy, no shit.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
We're trying. So. Nothing other reports or discussions, move into the consent agenda and start. with minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of April 6, 2026.
Is there a second? Second, to approve the minutes of the meeting. May 6, 2026. Is there any further discussion or movements to that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? It's carries. All right, we have this. Jake.
So, this is what we do all the accounts, on this, so. So that's why there's so many different pages. The only thing that I thought I probably should point out to you is the county audit is on there because we will review that tonight and approve it hopefully. $19,850, that's part of the contract for 3 years. And that is going out to bid again, because that's another thing. Anybody have any other questions? Make a motion to approve the bills for payment as presented.
Is there a second? Second, let's present. So if you're discussion on this, hearing none, in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Okay, the financial.
So this is our quarterly report, so you have the cash report. As well as the monthly financial. When it says as of March 2026, it has 2 years. So there didn't seem to be anything that we haven't already discussed on the year quarters. But of course, if anyone has questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions? Thanks.
Make motion to approve the March 2026 monthly financial report.
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve the March 2026. Is there any further discussion about this tonight? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. We have the March 2026 issue.
Sorry, that's that same thing again. $4.2 million right now in the bank.
Any questions on it?
Almost.
So that's just rational analysis. Telling actually, we will do it.
You'll notice that we didn't put a number, recommends 2 for not to, it's the names, I didn't review of students in good standing, so big recommendation. To accept a grade 9 Lewis County student program.
So moved.
That's the problem in something except some management coordination to accept a grade 9 Lewis County students, from underrepresented. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. I say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. I can't talk.
Maybe it's
New business, we have state poultry request for the fifth grade.
One of is request permission for field trips to the zoo and aquarium, May 27th, celebrate students, so make it.
so
Something to approve the field trip as requested. To Pittsburgh Zoo in May 27th, 2026. So if you're discussion or amendments to that change. Very none in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Right, Now we have approval of the joint report for FY 20 general.
Okay, so in your packet was the management letter, that's, where they let us know if there were little things that could have been done better, but that didn't rise to the level of finding. And then the entire report, so then I'm hard to be producing actual hard copies for the report because that's part of the contract, but we did not receive. it. So you'll get things on later meeting. So the point of attention to the thing, so then let's see. They didn't like how I put together in that position section. They felt like it should have been done slightly differently. Um, there's difference in opinions, but anyway, it's just on the management board. So page actually can one of the units and my first page, the one that says page one. There's an important paragraph that starts with, in our opinion, the accompanying financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material points. It's so present fairly is terminology they use in order to say that we have a clean bill. That's a prescribed, just prescribed words. Pages 4 through 74. You've already looked at them and started what we did back in September. There may be a few little changes here and there that they saw they wanted something reported differently, but most of that is very similar to what you've already reviewed. Page 75, the very last paragraph, very last sentence. The results of our test disclosed no instances of non-compliance. Then page 77, the second paragraph, in our opinion, the Gilmer County Board of Ed complied in all material respects with the compliance requirements referred to. Page 80 shows you a complete, healthy report. Unmodified is the best thing you can have in mind. And then there were no material weaknesses in any of the categories. Then under findings, final awards or gas, GOGAS, both of those were none. And then one last thing to note, the very last page, it does show that we had one finding in the last financial reporting period that was correct.
Any questions from Treasurer about it?
Make a motion to approve the audit report for fiscal year 25.
Is there a second? Okay, moved and seconded to approve the audit report for fiscal year 25. Is there any further discussion on this? So that many. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. 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 Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, now to request to have one bid by an independent for the years 2026, 2027, 2028 general.
Wow. So I did provide a letter in there, like letter, you may have to us in members of this tomorrow, paying your approvals tonight. This just tells them that we do want to include these on what's going up today, saying that, we're gonna be like making data gas. It's something that most counties in the state do because state offices have a hard time to get to everybody that they can get to. So we will be soliciting a 3-year bid starting with the year that we are in now. And that process will take a few months to do, and then we'll present back to the board for approval once it's done.
You have a recommendation on that, or anything?
So I recommend, I suppose you need to make a motion to approve that letter. To put, to send that letter to the state auditor to be added to the bid list.
Yes. So moved.
Their second, so we can. It's been moved and seconded to accept central joint recommendation. To send the audit letter to the state auditor's office so we can submit it from independent CPA for future years, 26, 27, 20. Any further discussion, amendments, none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, any abstention, motion carries. Okay, then we have audit committee each, so this agenda document, whatever. So,
The committee has included in your executive plan from the audit for chairman ethics. Manually, with the safety records and this is for municipalities, county boards of education, cities, that they have to follow. So the audit committee, can read there, it says if you do money, you have a formal audit committee, which most don't, like the things that it needs to be made up. And then I provided a letter with the names that, that we talked about, and I believe that Dr. Minnie has the recommendation.
Yes, and my recommendation makes a motion to appoint a committee members as follow: Ginger Altizer, audit committee representative, Tony Manning, Moore, and Dustin Creshow.
So moved.
Second.
okay, it's been really second of, many members, Ginger Wilson is the one. Opportunity name, wisdom commission, trying for discussion, amendments to superintendent's recommendation. There are none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, any opposed, any abstention, I abstain, motion carries. Can you approve of extending new bid with United Degree?
Mr. Fraser has included a recommendation to extend the milk bid for the 26-27 school year with United Dairy, who is the only bidder of 25-26. Therefore, I recommend making a motion to extend the milk bid with United Dairy for the upcoming school year 26-27.
So moved.
Sorry. Is there a second? Okay, just been recommended seconded, to accept superintendent's resolution to extend the bid with United Degree to the upcoming 2026-2027 school. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Now we're going to new business. We have adoption of the levy 2020 or 26-27 school year.
So this is why we have to have this meeting tonight. It's specifically written into code. That we would take those proposed levy rates that we went over on March 23rd today. And that I sent on to the state auditors like exactly when that we will put those on what is called a levy covering rate sheet. You should have in your packet. That same format as the proposed levy rate is just a different heading. And then this will get signed by Dr. Minnie, and if we go to the state auditor to show that these are the actual amounts and rates, and then it's used as part of our funding formula. I've also included the notice of approval from the state auditor's office, because when we do that initial proposed, we have to send it down and it actually has to be approved. So we can have this week. So those are two separate documents in your information.
Make a motion to officially adopt the levy rates for the taxation.
Is there a second? Second, to officially adopt the levy rates for property taxation. Is there any further discussion or amendments to the page? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Okay. So, personnel. And Dr. Benning, whatever your.
Official recommendation is the professional substitute teacher, all locations.
Make a motion to approve the professional portion of the personnel agenda.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the professional portion of the agenda. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that page? If none, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Four zeros. Shannon Graves, income transfer to invitation, pre-K. For recognition.
So moved.
Second, Got it, okay, it's been highly moved and seconded to accept the service portion, to the personnel agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion or needs to the page? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And before we go to extracurricular, we'll get it again.
Extracurricular, update.
All right, extracurricular for Kyle. These are provide Crystal Smith, program coordinator, summer school, elementary school, Travis Fisher, middle high school teacher, summer school, County High School. Kelsey Hickman, healthy choice tutor, summer school, County Elementary School. Alicia Schaefer, tutor, literacy, math, tutors, literacy, math, summer school, elementary school. Christine Lee, tutors, English, math, summer school, elementary school, Billy Freeland, tutor, literacy, math, summer school, Gilmer County Elementary School. Heidi Lindsay, summer school secretary, Gilmer County Elementary School, Barbara Nixon, senior school, itinerant custodian, Gilmer County Elementary School, Gilmer County High School, Glen House, bus operator, summer school, Gilmer County Elementary School. Woodrow McCall, bus operator, summer school, Gilmer County Elementary School. Elementary School, Lori McCall, Cook, Gilmer County High School, senior school. April Jenkins, Cook, Gilmer County Elementary School, senior school.
Make a motion to approve the extracurricular portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? So moved. Let's try to work through this.
So, we have one of the generous improvements, that'll be some people that. I'm come on, we'll have to get another meeting. The next fall meeting. Just a couple of things, I'm not gonna take much of your time here, but, we got testing right around the corner, the 4th through the 10th, correct, Sherry?
Yeah.
And, we just tested the seniors, or the juniors, excuse me, on SAT. And, we will be putting out a lot of information here about end of the year ceremonies. We've got all the end of the year stuff. We just had prom, which is kind of the first kickoff event, so you guys will have a lot of different ceremonies and things. We're trying to get you that information out as soon as we can. Here, we're getting close to the end of April already, so a lot of those things happen in early May. We're just focused on testing. That's what we're going to do through the 10th of May, and that's what we want people to focus on. And try to get that complete, and hopefully then we'll be able to tear through the end of the year and closing and all of that. So I'm not gonna go, I had a lengthy one last week, update, so I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet tonight, but any questions, just follow me your picks. Thank you, Dr. Ray. When I'm seeing the more comments, Dr. Jennifer, do you have anything?
Just at some point before next year, I would like to talk about, combining, where we combine health and gym, middle school. Not possible. That comes, that was good, ruined, yeah. The only thing in life that's. Well, I don't know, maybe look at that.
There is a fix to it. Well, sending the 6th grade back. I don't have, now this might not want to, might not need to be a future agenda item.
Well, and you can probably explain it better than me, my information, that's responsible.
It's just scheduling,
It says,
when we change the classes,
sixth grade is in there, I guess, one time and they're doing,
That should be, that's not how it should work. It should be half a year and half to you.
Yeah, we can pick up, we can look at that. Anything else? Mr. Burke?
Since we're at the career center, uh, presently, the students we have in the CNA class, there's a number of them that have already enrolled. And then you pay paramount for his stepchild to get into the nursing program. So that's a big program that we have, and those are definitely growing. You know, an LPN would make a heck of a salary, and if those places like it, they'll pay for the other 2 years. And, four of the young ladies that are, I'll say young ladies, because I think all of them are, that were in Minnie Hamilton working, that are working now, four of them on scholarship to go for the college of their choice. And as of a little bit ago, the enrollment for us for next year, so I said they went from down here and three sophomores, 41 juniors, or seven seniors. And so we have 6 kids less coming next year that have signed up than we had this year. So I think that's something we'll look at. I mean, with work, with the city pushing job readiness skills and all those kind of things, we have a place where kids can learn skill to go and become productive. I'll be kidding. Pay my retirement. When I see security, I mean, you know, not everybody needs to be a forward privileged kid, but everybody has to have the skills and the ability to play. So I think we need to look at our program and see where we can, if in some way we can get kids coming in here that are interested, maybe in good programs, we can get them here sooner than what we're doing, something along that line. That's not something that we need to do overnight, but something we need to, I think, sooner. And there are 35 kids that each of them from Southern Angel, like 35 that signed up for CNN class next week. And 35, they're 35, they're 40. So you know you get people who live in, and who are doing it, during the nursing program, this transfer down is kind of part of it. My sister, all that's the hardest class that's ever had in my life. But those kids have to be very, their curriculum has to be going. So, and something on your calendar to put, May 7th, between 20 and 5 o'clock. We will have the penny ceremony here for those kids. And it's like getting your phone. That's basically what it is. So if you're available, I think we're supposed to be here 15. At 1 o'clock is their senior appreciation ceremony. The last day for seniors is May 15th. And Grant's will graduate on the 22nd, which will graduate on the 24th. So seniors got 16 days left. Unbelievable. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Barker. I've got 2 or 3 quick things. First thing, thank you, Mrs. West, for attending the leading group meeting when I'm going. And she gets some nice promotion, you know, we can put on Mason, Jim, and Lisa. To get back, get her. Second thing, maybe Mr. Barker will do Thursday, the IOS training, school board association, meeting in court. So again, we'll come back at that and we'll there is this state group or seeing Brewery and somebody in the county issue, which was not going to make like the legislature changes, whatever we make some time things. And then we work with them. So we're gonna have and then again, thank everybody for coming on here, of course, and supporting these students. This evening, this was this evening. So it's exciting. Every, it's happening now. So. Everybody else is running this meeting with them too. Should go check. I, opposed, abstention, we're finished. Running up now.
You can